Daddy born poor, mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could join me this Tuesday morning, May 7th, 2024. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to help you become a successful currency trader, and by doing so, change the financial trajectory of your life. And the purpose of this session is to, one, show you one of our dozen specific trade strategies. When we train someone, we develop a trade plan based around their availability to trade and their risk preferences. And this is the one that I prefer. And two, to kind of by like watching me do what I do and watching other traders do what they do, you will learn how I look at things and hopefully be able to replicate it. And then also to show you how simple and accurate the tools are. So with that, let's jump right in. We need to listen to, we need to take a look at, we need to listen to this guy, and then we'll get going.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution are recorded without advance written permission.
As I said, one of the ways we teach in multiple formats. One is we have recordings, videos that you can watch, you can rewatch, that give specific instructions, and there's many of them. Two, we do group coaching sessions whereby you'll tune in and watch. We do these live trade sessions. I do 3 a week. Yesterday's afternoon, Tuesday and Thursday morning. Every afternoon around 4:15, I send out a trade setup using a different strategy than the one we'll be using this morning. But when you become a regular member, every morning at 10 a.m., most evenings at 10 p.m., some afternoons at 6 p.m. We have sessions, and then we have multiple sessions during the week where we give you training. Wednesday evening, the advanced member meeting, and Saturday morning, back to the basics. I guess this is back to the basics is going to be moved to Wednesday afternoons. So I'll get that changed on here. But the point is, it's not kind of a one and done thing where you receive a little bit of training and you're done. We're with you for a full year, or working, and because after we've trained you, we let you trade with company funds. We're kind of paying attention to what you do. If you start to veer off course, we'll take in and try to figure out what you're doing wrong and take corrective action. So we act as a little bit of a safety net. I like to work off of a little checklist. Helps keep me focused. Every day I like to restart the green charts, and I did that this morning before we came on. It clears out the memory, and also picks up any updates they may have done. They're constantly updating, tweaking the green chart. So even though it's been around a long time, they keep making it better, which is a nice thing. Good habit every day is to, or actually it's more than a good habit. It's one of the ways to get better at trading is actually going back and taking a look at the trades that didn't go the way you thought they should, that didn't win, and figuring out why. And with our simulator, you can go back specifically to the minute you took that trade and take a look at what you were looking at and see what might have been wrong with your analysis. And most of the time there is an error. Sometimes you do everything right and the trade just goes against you, but usually there's an error. And the better you get at identifying what the error is and then kind of keeping mental track of that so that you don't repeat it, the higher your accuracy rate's going to be. Last night's live session, we took a trade on the Euro Australian dollar, and it won. We didn't take an overnight trade because let's just take a look here. I'm curious as to, I didn't really follow what happened afterwards, but let's see. All right, so the down signal, there was a lot more in that down signal than we could have taken. I never get upset at, gee, I left money on the table. I want to make the money that I want to make and then move on to the next thing. And we did that. But that down move, it went a little bit against us before it just finally dropped down. And that's okay. So we are technical traders. Our indicators are based on the price action. We're not trading on the news. Some people do trade on the news. So even though we are not trading on the news, we want to know what the news is so that we can trade around it. And the best place to find that news is to go to forexfactory.com and take a look. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into three categories: yellow, which is low impact; orange, which is medium impact. I ignore the low impacts. I ignore the medium impacts, but some people will pay attention to these. And then red, which is the high impact. And we don't have any high impact, so there's nothing we need to worry about today. And just looking ahead, tomorrow is a French bank holiday. But it looks like everybody else is open in Europe, so we can trade the euro tomorrow without any problem. All right, so with that, let's kind of jump right in. The trade that I do is something called the 10-point trade. 10-point trade is basically, it tries to get all three sections of the chart to line up, when it does, we have a high probability of the trade doing what we want. So with that, let's jump in. We're going to trade off of the light 6 major chart, which is one of the standard charts. It's a composite chart where this has 6 different pairs on it. On this first chart, they're all US based. And we are looking at, we're going to start with the middle section of the chart, which is the majors and minors. Red and green line is the major indicator. The black and gray line is the minor indicator. This horizontal red line is the oversold line. When the market is oversold, that is typically a good time to buy. This horizontal blue line is the overbought line. When the market's overbought, that is a good time to sell. And the specific good time to sell is to catch it when all the lines are going up, and then we want to ride it through the channel. That's what we're looking for. So here, all the lines are going up. We were oversold. All the lines are going up, and I've got what I call the double cross, where the green line is above the red line and the gray line is above the black line. So those are the 3 points. However, we have gone past kind of the halfway mark, and generally I don't like to take a trade once we've gone past the halfway mark. I want to catch the turn down here. So if I don't have what I want here, I just go on to the next chart. If I do, then I go up to the TNTs to confirm what I'm seeing here. Here, Euro USD, we're in the middle of the channel, more than halfway. We didn't really get to oversold. On the Euro USD, sometimes I will trade a turn like this in the middle of the channel. I didn't catch this early enough, and I don't want to do it now. I want to, well, let's see what else we have before we decide on this. But and the only reason I do it on the Euro USD is because that's principally what I trade. So a turn like this on something that I trade, usually we can make some money on. So I'm not technically following the rule that I like it down here. I want it to be all the way oversold. Pound USD, we don't have agreements between the majors and the minors. Majors going up, minors going down. Dollar, Canadian dollar. We're in, 3/4 of the way into the channel. Turned up, turned down. So I wouldn't trade, I don't trade the Canadian dollar. So this is a turn that I wouldn't trade. Although this is a trade that had I caught the turn, I might have traded it. US dollar, Swiss franc. Overbought, everybody's going down. But we don't really have the double cross on the majors. Both lines, the green line's going down, the red line's going down, but the red line hasn't crossed over the green line. So it's not quite there yet. Maybe we'll come back to it in a few minutes and see if it's crossed yet. Dollar, Swiss, dollar, yen, overbought. Majors are still going up. Minors have started to turn. So I've cloned this chart and made another, but with non-USD pairs. Euro, pound, we were in the channel and it turned. Australian dollar, yen, reaching overbought. Majors are reaching overbought. Minors have started to turn. Euro, Canadian dollar. Euro, Canadian dollar, the majors didn't quite reach the oversold. Minors did. Everybody's going up. That's the second element. Third element is the crossover. Green is on top of the red. I can see the red peeking through here, and the gray is on top. So this has all 3 elements. I do not quite like the slope of the green line. Usually I like to have that slope a little bit greater than 45 degrees or better. And this is just a little bit shy of 45 degrees. When it flips up a little bit, it just reaches 45 degrees, but it's flipping up and down. If this were 45 degrees, I would jump up and count how many lines are supporting the buy signal we're seeing here with the TNTs. And the thick orange line is going down. Oh, it's flipped up now while we're looking at it. So the 2 orange lines are going down. The blue line is Blue lines are inversely related. So the dotted blue is coming down. That means buy. Thick blue is going up. That means sell. So right now, 3 of the 4 lines are telling me buy. And the green line now is better than 45 degrees. So we've got all 3 here. And we have the 2, the majors are telling me buy. They're going up. Both lines are going up. Red's on top, but the green and the red line. So 1 point here, 3 points here, 3 points here. So that's 7 points. So when I have 7 points, I'm going to write this down. Euro Canadian, because you remember last week I took the wrong pair. So we've got a buy. And we're not quite halfway. So let's take a look at what the full chart says, because I want to confirm this. I don't want to just trade off of one signal. And I want to make sure I get the direction right. So Euro, Canadian dollar. All right, so my confirmation. So this signal is okay now. This is actually even looks a little better here than what we were looking at it. My confirmation is to see the 2-hour and the 4-hour chart on the Euro Canadian dollar. I want them to be both oversold. And here we're in the middle of the channel kind of going down. So that disagrees with this. And here we're overbought. The majors are overbought. Minors are going down. I want everybody to be oversold. And they're not. And the reason I want everybody to be oversold is that if this signal weakens, I'll still pick up the trade off of the 2-hour chart or the 4-hour chart. But this is telling me different things. So because it's telling me different things, I'm going to pass. Now, if I were more familiar with the Euro Canadian dollar, maybe I would see enough off of here, because everybody's going up. They're overbought and going up. And I've got up pressure, up pressure, up pressure, up pressure, up pressure. Here's sideways pressure. Red's going down, green's going up, but the green is going up. But it's not a trade. It's outside of my kind of normal thing, and I don't like to take trades that are outside of my normal pattern. All I need is a couple of good trades a day, and I'm willing to wait for my setup till I see it. So with this, we're gonna see if we see something better. So let's keep going. Here we're more than halfway through a Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. Pound yen overbought, majors going up, minors starting to turn. Euro Australian dollar, we're more than halfway, so we're going to pass. I don't really care on the position of the minors. I just want them going in the same direction. So let's go. I've cloned this. Canadian dollar, yen, overbought and going, majors going up, minors sideways. Euro New Zealand dollar are overbought, majors starting to turn sideways. Canadian New Zealand dollar, everybody's going sideways. These two are usually exactly the same. Here they're a little different. New Zealand, the yen, minors starting to turn, majors still going up. New Zealand dollar USD. We touched oversold. Everybody's going up, double cross. Orange line still going down. It's telling me sell. Usually you'll have the two orange lines confirming what we see here. So this is so we're going to skip this. Each of these three sections is measuring something different. And when I can get agreement across all three, that's a high probability trade that it's going to do what I want it to do. And this trade, we're just specifically interested in getting the direction. If we can get the direction right, I'm not as interested in the entry, optimizing the entry as I am. If I get the direction right, I'm going to make some money. Euro, Swiss franc, overbought. Minors have turned. Majors are sideways starting to turn. All right, let's go to the next group. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, we're more than halfway, so we're going to pass. Swiss franc, yen, we're more than halfway, we're going to pass. Also, I don't like that there's a little kink here in the line where we're going from more steep to less steep. Overbought, starting to turn. Approaching oversold. New Zealand Swiss franc. We're just shy of overbought. It's starting to turn. Minors going down. Majors are sideways. What makes it sideways is the green line's going down, red line's going up. And Canadian dollar, Swiss franc is basically majors are sideways. By the way, I am I've got a little business in Switzerland next week, so I'm leaving Friday. We should be able to keep the schedule of trading, but I will be in Switzerland. So let's see. So we've just gone through 24 pairs. We haven't seen anything. I am going to change gears and use a different signal. One of the great things is we've got a dozen different signals, and if you don't see one off of your kind of primary signal, you can use another signal to see if a trade's there. This one's called the thick orange line trade, and on the thick orange line, what I am looking for is what's the position of the thick orange line. And this is a scaled line. So when it's as low as it can go, like when it's down here and you see it's flat like this, that's zero. When it's at zero, it thinks that there's no more up in the move. If there's no more up in the move, that's a good time to buy. You can see this big green candle here. So I am looking for situations where the thick orange line is on either end of the extreme. So either 0 or 10. So this is shy of 10. It can be within 1 point of 10. So 8 isn't close enough. So this is a really quick trade. It's a scalp trade. Doesn't take much thought. If you see the elements of the trade there, you take it. You can take the trade when there is 5 minutes left at the top of the hour. So we've got 6 minutes. So by the time we go through all of these, we'll be under 5. So 8 isn't close enough. 7 isn't close enough. 1 isn't close enough. 10 is close enough. So when I see 10, I'm going to then jump down to the TNT or to the majors, and I'm going to look for the position of the red line. And I want this to be the red line to be above the blue line. So this is kind of perfect. It is above the blue line. So this is 10, and the red line's above the blue line. That's a good setup. We're going to wait another 2 minutes to take this trade, but we got Euro, JPY, sell, and this is going to be for 5 pips. 5 pips with a 20 pip stop loss. Well, let's see if we've got any others. So here we got 9.9, which is within 1. But look where our red line is. Our red line is still in the channel. So this is telling me there's more up. I want it to be above the blue line. So this doesn't have it. this isn't close enough. Let's see what else we've got. 7 isn't close enough. 3 isn't close enough. 10, yes, this is close enough. But again, my red line isn't above the blue line. It's almost there, but it's not quite. 7, no. 7, 9, 9, yes. Canadian dollar, JPY. We've got this is within 1 of 10, and the red line's above. I like the red line on the euro yen. We're only going to take one of them because they both have the yen in it. The red line on the euro yen was a little higher than this line, so we're going to stay with that. But let's see if we can find another pair, because maybe we can take 2 trades. 0.9, so basically 0, within 1 of 0, but my majors are telling me that there's still more down in the move, so they don't agree. I want both things to agree. 9.7, yes. Red line is touching the blue, but I want it above the blue. Not quite there yet. 10, yes, but this is telling me there's still more up in the movement. You can see this has been 10 for 2 hours. So maybe next hour, if this is still 10, there's a trade there. 5, no. 10, yes. But look where my red line is. He's still in the channel saying that this is telling me there's more up in the move. This is telling me it's done. And this is again with the yen. And let's go to the last one. 9.3. Red line's touching the blue. I want it above the blue, so not quite. No, 8 isn't close enough. 4 isn't close enough. Not close enough. Not close enough. Not close enough. So let's go back to our euro yen. Just double check it. All right, he's above. He's within 1 of 10. So we're going to take a sell on the euro yen. So I don't have the euro yen here. So I'm going to go to File, New Chart. You can take it in your simulator. We'll go down to the third group. Euro yen is right up here. I'm going to make this a 1 hour chart so we're looking at the same thing. I'm going to check the spread. The spread's a half a pip, or about a half a pip. That's about as big a spread as we'll take, because if it's a little bit more than that, it's not worth taking a 5 pip trade. So I'm going to go to new order. Lot size. Actually, let's go back here. Euro yen. Come on. My lot size is a function of how much is in my account. This is a demo account. 11,300. So I'm going to move the lot size, the decimal place, over 4 spots. So 1.13. I'm going to take, I can take anywhere from half to double. I'm going to take double. So I'm going to go to new order, make my lot size 2.26. It's going to be a market sell. Once it records it, I am going to right click, go to modify, and this trade is worth 5 pips. 5 pips equals 50 points. I put in 50. I click the little blue button. It does the math for me. And because of the accuracy of this trade, we can use a 4-to-1 stop loss. So 20 pips is 200 points. I just add an extra 0. I click the little red button. And I want to make sure I get the full 5 pips on this. So I'm going to just verify my entry price, which is 166.345. If I take 5 away from that, 5 pips away from that, I'm going to go to 0.295. 0.295. So I'm going to just adjust this. 295. So 5 pips. If I subtract 5 pips from this, the pip here is on the first spot. So the second spot. So if I take 5 pips, I'm going to go from 34 to 29. Then I'm going to click the modify button. It drops it in. And what this trade does is basically, you can think of it as kind of an elastic. Actually, let me just read out the numbers here so you get the numbers. So the take profit is 166.295, 166.295, and stop loss is 166.557. So take profit is 166.295, 166.295. Stop loss is 166.557, 166.557. And you can kind of think of this as we're pulling a rubber band when we have both of those conditions met, that the thick orange line is either at 10 or 0, and the red line is either above the overbought line or below the oversold line. So it's like pulling the elastic, and when the clock changes, it snaps, and we catch the trade off of that snap. So if we go back and take a look, Euro, New Zealand dollar, where is it? Euro yen, sorry, not euro yen. Normally we want to see this. Some traders wait actually till the hour snaps, and they want to see this change. This number will usually change by 1. We didn't get a change by 1. We only got a change by a half, because it was basically at 9.910. Now it's maybe 0.8 change. Red line is still going up. So this may take just a little bit longer for it to come, because we didn't get the full snap that we were looking for. But I'm kind of confident that we'll get this in the next little bit. Okay, gang. Thanks for joining me. If you want to learn to improve your consistency as a trader and be able to make money trading, we can teach you to do that. We've been doing it for 15 years. We're so confident that we can teach you to use these signals that will let you trade with our money and split what you make. So that's a pretty good guarantee. And the best way to do anything is to find somebody who's good at it and get them to teach you. And that's exactly what we do. I am, as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to finish my coffee, finish packing my bag. I'm off to Myrtle Beach for a little vacation for a couple days. So we will probably do the live trade on Thursday, because it'll be early enough before I go out. But I'm not sure about the afternoon trades. I'm not sure what my schedule is going to be. If I happen to be in front of the computer at 4 o'clock, I will send out the afternoon trade. If not, I won't. But I will send you an email either way telling you. And have a great rest of your day. It's an honor for you to be with me, and we will. We're almost there on the trade. It's looks like it's gonna close in just a minute here. So have a great day, and we will see you when I see you. All right. We'll see you when I see you. Thanks so much, and all right. Bye-bye.